Sorry if that looked weird for you guys or jumpy. Game kind of froze a little bit, so I had to stop recording to fix it. For some reason, it like didn't catch up to itself or something. Another bug I found after elevators when I'm recording, because I don't know, it's something. My computer doesn't mind recording most games, but this one it has issues with sometimes. I guess the way it loads the next area with like elevators, it loads a lot slower, so sometimes I have to stop recording to make it catch up.
Yes, Shepard? Did you find my sister?
Dahlia's dead, and I know she was blackmailing you.
So the truth comes out. I hope you're not angry. Surely you can understand why I lied to you. If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. That is why I misled you. I could not risk you exposing me. But now that Dahlia is out of the picture, it's no longer a problem.
Yeah, you should have
I
told
would have
me.
helped if you just told me the truth.
Perhaps you're right. I am sorry. We have trust issues in my family.
That much is obvious. Thank you, Liara.
I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. It could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits, but I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
There we go. Still got some credits out of that too. I don't know. I never checked if we can talk to Conrad Werner after that mission. It might be willing to check, or it might be worthwhile to check. Like, I mean, it's just a load screen or two away.
Allow me to be your guide.
So, by the way, I've been looking at DayZ. Looks like an interesting game. It just seems, in my opinion, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of DayZ, but it is a mod for Arma 2. Arma 2 and Operation Arrowhead on Arma. See, oh yeah, you can talk to him.
Commander, I've got an idea, and I wanted to run it by you.
Okay, I'm pretty
I've
busy.
got a lot going on right now, but I can spare a moment.
I'll be right back with my
This'll
thought
just
process
take a
about
minute.
Arma.
With so many human
2.
colonies being attacked, I'm not sure that one Spectre is enough. What if you signed me on as another Spectre?
That can't be Conrad,
Conrad,
sorry.
I don't think that's a good idea.
But I'd make a great Spectre. I'd be right there with you, showing the Council what humanity is capable of. I know you're afraid
crap.
to trust people after losing your team at Akuz, but I'd never let you down.
What about your wife, Conrad? She trusts you too. Aren't you letting her down?
What? I don't understand.
You need to be at home, keeping the peace, because that's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for peace.
You know what keeps me going out here? Knowing that people back home are keeping humanity strong.
You're right. I just got so caught up in all of it. I wanted to help. I'll go home. Thanks for setting me straight.
You're welcome, Conrad. You're a good guy.
Welcome back, EarthClan.
Show me what you've got.
Most excellent.
Not used to having less than like 300k credits. You end up getting a lot of credits soon, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I just... no, because I sold it. Whoa, easy. No, because I just sold everything. Alright, anyway. So, yeah. Arma 2. With DayZ, like, it seems like...
Admiral Kahoka,
I don't care.
Military, has passed away.
Arma 2 is like an army simulator from what I've gathered. But DayZ is like a zombie survival simulator thing. It's a really interesting concept, but I don't know if the developer, it's in pre-alpha by the way, or alpha. I don't know if the developer of the mod, it's a mod of the mod, actually expected people to act the way they do. The people just pretty much run around and kill each other, whether that be for just sport or to gather supplies. They don't seem to group up as much. Like, what I would expect is, you know, it's a zombie survival, maybe group up
Stand by, shore party.
group up together so you're stronger. Maybe build like a car or helicopter together, fly around in that, have fun in that. But
Law.
people just
The commanding
don't do that.
officer is aboard.
They just kill each other.
XO Presley stands relieved.
But that's understandable, I guess, so yeah. Alright, let's go talk to my crew, and then I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to do some more side missions before we do Noveria. And then we'll do Noveria. Which let's see, it's probably, what, about 11? Wow, it's 11:01. Good job. All that good guessing. Let's talk to Kaidan here.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the Council.
They deserve to know what we're up against.
They're on your side. They're pissed about the resistance we're getting, especially from our side. I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting. Another L2 flare-up.
Anything I can do?
No, Commander, it'll settle down. It's rough sometimes, but they spike higher than a lot of L3s. Except for you, of course. Besides, I fared a lot better than some after Kinetics was through.
I haven't heard anything about Kinetics in a while.
Yeah, they quietly disappeared. Broke up into a bunch of little corps after they botched the training on Jump Zero. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
What
The
kind
only
of
experts
experts?
would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
Yeah, why
the
not the
Asari would have
sorry?
been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. A real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah. But like everything else at Jump Zero, it was under the table. The less said, the better. Anyway, this is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander. We're here to make history, not rehash it.
We'll
Okay.
talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Alright, let's go talk to Liara. I like Liara. She's really cool. She's nice too.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Yes, tell me
Maybe
more
we could
about
pick
you.
up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
They're very short-lived. We barely live past, what, 100 and something? 120 maybe? And how old do the Asari live? They live a century, right?
We don't have the luxury of time. An Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if
Century.
we hit 150.
That is true. At
Century.
first I thought that was a weakness of your
Moron.
species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I
Century's
think it
only
may
100
actually be
years.
an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
How's it so intimidating?
Scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what happened on Akuz. The fact that you survived shows a remarkable strength.
You could have just asked
You
me.
didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you. To understand what made you into the man you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Is it me or I'm pretty sure if I say this, it'll say something about the
Are you sure you're interested
beacon.
in me?
Yeah.
Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams.
Ash is special.
I care about Ash. A lot.
I thought so. Still, I feel as if there is also some attraction between us, Shepard.
There is.
You're right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
Doesn't
These
have
things
to.
never make sense. They just happen, and we get swept up in the storm.
You make it sound so chaotic, so dangerous.
I'll protect you. Dun dun dun.
I'll
Cheesy.
keep you safe.
I am not looking for a protector. This is all a
Aww.
bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. You. I need some time.
Oh, that's understandable.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
And you've heard all that, so.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Yeah, Ashley's gonna be probably pissed off since the only other person we can be sexually attracted to as a male character is Liara and Ashley in this game. Yeah. I mean, Ashley is really cool. Her family, you end up... We'll talk about her family here. Her family is really cool. She's really nice, and she's pretty too. She has a good heart.
Commander, good to see you.
Personal
You've
inquiry.
been with CSEC a while? Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
How so?
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
Really?
So what was it?
Both, actually. But it took us a while to figure that out.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
Really?
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan
I'll have to
testicles?
cure the genophage.
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set.
They have the cojones.
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threaten? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
That is sick.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good.
If they weren't.
Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them.
Ugh.
Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
Yeah.
I hope he got what he
Bastard.
deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught.
What?
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
So they just
But
let
you
him
went
go?
after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages. worried
What?
about
They were dead
casualties.
anyway.
The ship was destroyed so close
They
to
were
the
dead
city.
anyway if they stayed with
I told
him.
them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs, but they wouldn't listen.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but
Binding of
they didn't
Isaac.
get away
It's
like
a good
that.
game.
All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
That is a really tough choice.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. I can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
No,
You
about
have any
him.
idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his
Dr.
name to
Hart.
Dr. Hart. His
Ugh.
idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone
Yeah,
to check
give it
it
to
out.
me.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Absolutely. There's our one mission update. So let's go talk to Tali. Generally, Tali doesn't actually, other than the initial conversation, she doesn't have
I'm
a
glad you're here.
feeling
See you
better.
smiling again, so to speak.
I'm
She
sleeping
doesn't
much
say
better
much.
now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Steren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
Oh, you will.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
Saving the galaxy
What
would be
you're
a big
doing here
deal.
is more important than anything any Quarian has ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth.
But even if we stop Seren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the Veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Seren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Seren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through.
That had to be tough.
He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now, I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with. And he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant. Like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Me leaving.
I should go.
See you later.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war.
I'm gonna mute my mic, by the way, guys, because I'm gonna eat.
Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up. To stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day.
Uh-oh. What happened?
We talked. But we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard?
Aww, that big
I've got some
big buddy.
unfinished business with my family,
Mm.
but that's all.
Tell me. Whoa, my mouse is freaking out, having a seizure.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Ton Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people.
We'll get the
He's
scumbag.
got several bases where he stores his goods. All fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
I'll look for it for you.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
Absolutely.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Be right back, guys.